viewers. In today's lecture, we will see certain problems on elimination reactions. Yesterday, we are done with types of elimination reactions. Today, we will discuss a few problems related to elimination reactions. Right. So, already elimination reactions are classified into different types. Already we discussed about it: E1, E2, E1CB, EI elimination reactions. Right. Alpha, beta, gamma elimination reactions, and so on. Now, coming to certain problems over elimination reactions. Now here, question number 1. Which of the following alkyl halides give only one product, excluding stereoisomers when undergoing E2 elimination? Already we discussed E2 elimination means bimolecular elimination reaction. Here rate of reaction is proportional to concentration of substrate, that is nothing but alkyl halide, and concentration of base. So it is a second order reaction. Now, if it is undergoing E2 elimination, in E2 elimination, base approaches acidic hydrogen, then this bond will be shifted here and this chlorine goes out. So in option A, possible products is base can approach acidic hydrogen. That acidic hydrogen may be on the terminal methyl system, or it may approach hydrogen from here also. So there are two possible products in option A. One is you may get double bond here, or the second one is you may get double bond inside the ring. So there are two possible products. Now coming to option B, hydrogen may be abstracted by base. That hydrogen may be tertiary hydrogen, or that hydrogen may be second hydrogen. So here also you may get two types of products. So possibility is you may get double bond here, or you may get double bond at this position. So these are the two possibilities. Now coming to option C, again hydrogen may be abstracted from here or here. So here also you will get two possible products. So one is you may get double bond here. The second possible product is you may get double bond here. Now in case of option D, again there are two beta carbons here also. So you may get product either this side, or you may get double bond either this side. Here both are same, so there is no difference. So correct option for question number 1 is option D. That means when it is E2 elimination, irrespective of the hydrogen abstracted from any beta system, you always get same type of product. Now, next question. Here also E2 elimination. E2 elimination means same, base has to abstract hydrogen from beta carbon. So here there are two beta systems here and here. So from these beta systems, hydrogen should abstract, and that means base should abstract hydrogen, then the bond has to be shifted and halogen has to leave. So you may get Sedgwick product as well as Hoffman product. Of course, Sedgwick product will be major generally if the leaving group is good leaving group. Now, maximum Sedgwick product will be obtained when? So in which case Sedgwick product is obtained? So in all these three cases you will get Sedgwick product, but Sedgwick product will be maximum in option A. Reason is it is a very good leaving group. So this is the answer. Now in which case Hoffman product is major? Hoffman product means already we have seen 4 conditions to get Hoffman product. Condition 1, poor leaving group. Condition 2, at gamma position for a secondary alkyl halide, at gamma position it should be a quaternary carbon. Next, condition 3, there must be quaternary ammonium, or that means a bulky substituent or bulky leaving group. Condition 4, bulky base. So because of these 4 conditions, you will get Hoffman product. Condition 1 is maybe the leaving group is poor leaving group. Condition 2, gamma carbon must be a quaternary carbon. Condition 3, leaving group must be bulky. Condition 4, incoming or attacking base must be bulky. So at these 4 conditions, you will get Hoffman product. Now here, if leaving group is fluorine, then you will get Hoffman product as a major. So correct answers are option A and option D. Next, question number 3. When P undergoes Hoffman's exhaustive methylation twice, then the product obtained will be. Hoffman exhaustive methylation means first it has to be treated with the methyl excess of methyl iodide in terms of mild base, followed by reaction with the silver oxide, and followed by heating. In Hoffman exhaustive methylation, already we discussed in yesterday's lecture. Hoffman exhaustive methylation means condition, first we have to use excess of methyl iodide in presence of weak bases like aqueous sodium carbonate or potassium carbonate. In step 2, we have to have moist silver oxide. In step 3, heating. So this is Hoffman exhaustive methylation. Now, when this is allowed to react with excess of methyl iodide, so obtained product is. So if we go for step 1, that means excess of methyl iodide in terms of sodium carbonate excess, then the product will be nitrogen. First, nitrogen donate lone pair to methyl iodide to forming methyl system on nitrogen, and you will get hydrogen and a positive charge. H plus will be removed again. Right. So this is the system generated. After getting that, we are using weak base. That weak base on heating, this will OH minus will abstract hydrogen from beta position. So for this quaternary ammonium salt, this will be alpha, this is beta. Similarly, this is alpha, this is beta. So abstraction may occur from beta hydrogen. So then the bond will be shifted and this will open. So this lead to product formation. After that, again it will be repeated. So the final product will be, you may get a double bond here, then you will get N with the lone pair, methyl, methyl. Again Hoffman exhaustive methylation occur here also, leads to product formation. This is the product obtained, plus quaternary ammonium salt plus and I minus. Alright, this is the product obtained. So obtained product is option A in Hoffman exhaustive methylation, what we have seen in last lecture. Now, question number 4. Now this is oxide, amine oxide, alkyl amine oxide. So this is nothing but pyrolysis elimination, or we call it as EI elimination. During EI elimination, what happened? This is alpha, this is beta. Beta hydrogen is abstracted by the system. Beta hydrogen is abstracted by that system. Right? So the obtained product will be. Right? So they have given 2 possibilities. During pyrolysis or EI elimination, elimination must be syn elimination. Elimination is syn elimination. That means a leaving group, that means both hydrogen and the leaving group, or hydrogen and that amino oxide system, both should be from same direction. That's what we have already discussed. Just let me show you that regarding So this is the amino oxides, heating of amino oxides, right? So what it will do, oxygen will abstract hydrogen from beta position. This is alpha, this is beta. So it abstract hydrogen from beta position, then the bond will be shifted and this will be shifted back. So as such, tertiary amine oxide is gone out, forming an alkane. So in the same way, here also, this oxygen try to abstract hydrogen from beta position. So that beta hydrogen must be on the same side. So here there is possibility for beta hydrogen. Here also there is possibility for beta hydrogen. But here beta hydrogen is in the opposite direction of that oxide, amino oxide system. So abstraction of hydrogen from here is difficult. So hydrogen will be abstracted from this beta carbon because here this hydrogen is on the same side. So this lead to product formation. That product is, you may get a double bond at this position. Observe here what happened. This phenyl system remains as it is, and this hydrogen is not disturbed because it is opposite to the top leaving group. So hydrogen is abstracted from this direction. So reaction proceeds in this way. This will abstract this hydrogen, then this bond will be shifted here, and then this bond will be shifted here, right? So here is the positive charge. That positive charge will vanish. Now this lead to product formation. So obtained product will be, you will get a double bond here. This phenyl system remains as it is, right? And that amine is gone out. This is the obtained, right? So for question number 4, when alkoxide and phenyl are on the same direction, you will get option P. So this is the correct option for the first one. Now this is A, that means. Now coming to this, here phenyl is below the plane means hydrogen is above the plane. So you will have hydrogen above the plane, and there is also hydrogen here which is also above the plane. Now the possibility is, which is major product. Here the major product will be, when you get a double bond here, the double bond will be in resonance with the phenyl ring, right? Therefore this oxygen tries to abstract this hydrogen which is more acidic because of minus I group of minus I nature of phenyl system. So you will get double bond here. So what happened here is, here phenyl is below the plane, hydrogen above the plane, and this is the amino oxide system which is also above the plane. That means syn elimination can occur. Now corresponding mechanism. So O minus abstract this hydrogen, then this bond will shift here, then this bond will shift over nitrogen. Of course nitrogen got positive charge, that was neutralized now. So now you will get a double bond here. So this is B. So A is P, B is Q. So the correct answer is C. This is the correct answer. Next, coming to question number 5. Here methyl group and OTS both are anti to each other. So we are taking strong base. When you take strong base on heating, definitely it is E2 elimination. So in E2 elimination, the condition must be anti-elimination. That means hydrogen and the leaving group both must be in opposite directions, right? Now here for this OTS, this is below the plane means this is below the plane, then hydrogen must be above the plane. But over this carbon, the obtained hydrogen here is also below the plane. So therefore this hydrogen does not involve in E2 elimination. So the hydrogen which will be involving in E2 elimination will be this one, because here there are two hydrogens. One hydrogen is above the plane, another hydrogen below the plane. Now here there is possibility, right? So given base can approach this hydrogen from above the plane, then this bond can shift here, and then OTS can be lost. So there is possibility for U2 elimination properly. So the correct answer obtained here will be B. This is the correct answer. Right. Now next one. Which of these dehydrates most easily? So among the given options, which compound undergoes a dehydration? Dehydration means removal of H2O. Dehydrates means removal of H2O. So in which case H2O is lost more readily? No. In option C, H2O cannot be lost because here it is OH. There is hydrogen here. H2O cannot be lost here because in benzene ring you will get a triple bond system, which is practically impossible. So this is not possible. Now coming to option D. First, when you add H plus, from here H2O must be lost, but when this is lost you are getting primary carbocation which has to rearrange. Here also when this OH minus, that means H2O is lost, you will get primary carbocation which is also unstable. So correct answer here is B, because when this OH minus is lost by donating lone pair to H plus, you will get tertiary carbocation which is more stable. So the correct answer is B. So this will undergo dehydration readily. Right. So what happened? Say this. In presence of acidic hydrogen. Right. So or in presence of some acid, assume H plus HSO4 minus or simply H2SO4. First oxygen donate lone pair of electrons to H plus. First oxygen donate lone pair of electrons to H plus. Then it leads to formation of product in this way. So this is methyl. Here oxygen donated lone pair to H plus means you will get positive charge over oxygen. Then this HSO4 minus, that HSO4 minus will abstract hydrogen. So that will abstract hydrogen. So here there is hydrogen, right? This HSO4 minus will abstract this hydrogen, then this bond will be shifted here and this H2O is lost. Now that lead to product formation. So the obtained product will be, so methyl group here remains as it is and you will get a double bond. So that's how H2O will be lost in overall. Right. So in which case H2O is lost more readily means in option B, H2O is lost more readily. Now coming to question number 7. Here you are using methoxide. So strong base. Strong base means obviously it undergoes beta E2 elimination. It is a beta elimination. Now here Br, which is below the plane. Here hydrogen also below the plane. Here also hydrogen below the plane, because methyl is above the plane means hydrogen will be below the plane. So for E2 elimination, what must be the condition? E2 elimination, it is an anti-elimination. Anti-elimination means hydrogen and Br must be eliminated from opposite directions. But at beta carbons, this is alpha carbon, this is beta. So at both beta carbons, hydrogens are on the same direction of bromine. That means here anti-elimination is impossible because both hydrogens are on the same direction of Br. For anti-elimination, one hydrogen must be above the plane, Br must be below the plane. Then anti-elimination is possible. But here there is no anti-elimination. So instead of E2 elimination, it prefer SN2 substitution. It prefer SN2 instead of E2 elimination. So there is no E2 elimination reaction. There is no E2 elimination reaction. So this is the correct answer. Now coming to question number 8. Question number 8. Right. Now when there is a bulky base, so as this is a bulky base, what happened? Halfman elimination product should be obtained. Halfman product is obtained. Already we discussed yesterday To get Hoffman product, there are 4 conditions. 1. There must be poor leaving group. 2. At gamma position, carbon must be quaternary carbon. 3. Leaving group must be bulky, like quaternary ammonium salt or SR2 plus etc. Or the base may be bulky. Now here the leaving group is bulky. Therefore, OH minus prefer to abstract hydrogen. So already we discussed in Hoffman elimination, Hoffman product means least substituted alkane must be obtained. So least substituted alkane means you should get double bond here, because this is alpha, this is beta, this is beta, this is also beta. So among them least substituted beta carbon is this. Therefore hydrogen will be abstracted from this carbon and you will get a double bond here. So the correct answer is B. That is the correct product, because the elimination is Hoffman elimination. Now coming to question number 9. Now here H2SO4. First, this oxygen donate lone pair electrons to H plus. If it donate lone pair of electrons to H plus, the obtained product will be this becomes OH2 plus, because oxygen donated a lone pair. OH2 plus is obtained. Then this is lost, H2O is lost, forming a carbocation. So when it forms a carbocation, you will get a positive charge here, which is a secondary carbocation. Already we discussed in carbocation rearrangement is possible. Now the obtained rearrangement is this bond will be shifted from here to here. When that bond got shifted, you will get a 6-membered ring here, and that also converts into a 6-membered ring. So this also converts into a 6-membered ring, because the bond has migrated from here to here. Then you will get positive charge here. You get positive charge at this position. Right. Now HSO4 minus. This HSO4 minus will abstract hydrogen. So it tries to abstract hydrogen from beta position. So there is one beta position possible here. This is the beta carbon. This is the beta carbon. Among them, this always try to abstract hydrogen from here. If it abstract hydrogen from here, you will get Sedgwick product as the major product. Right? So thus obtained product will be more substituted alkene. So that is nothing but you will get double bond here. So the correct answer is answer C. This is the correct answer. Next, question number 10. In which of the following reaction Sedgwick alkene is the major product? Right? Sedgwick alkene is the major product. Now see here. This is bulky leaving group. Then OH minus always abstract hydrogen from, it will abstract hydrogen from least substituted carbon. This is nothing but gives Hoffman product, because it satisfied the condition of Hoffman. So it leads to Hoffman product. Now in option B, there is poor leaving group. When there is poor leaving group, again Hoffman product. Here also Hoffman product. Now here the base is bulky, so bulky base. Due to bulky base, again here also Hoffman product. So you will get Sedgwick product only in option D. So this is the correct answer, because here base is not bulky. So and good leaving group. So first this will leave, right? And O minus will abstract hydrogen. So it tries to abstract hydrogen from this position. So base abstract hydrogen here, then this bond will be shifted here and this will be lost. So it leads to E2 elimination product. So the product obtained is Sedgwick product. So option D is correct. Next, question number 11. With the alcoholic KOH, if it obeys E2 elimination, then what is the major product? So given Fisher projection, let me convert this Fisher projection to Sahar's projection. If I try to convert into Sahar's projection, which are vertical, they must be away from the plane or away from the viewer, below the plane. So which are horizontal, they are above the plane. So both CH3s must be below the plane and remaining systems must be above the plane. So let me write that. So CH3 below the plane. This is CH3 also below the plane. Right? Now, this phenyl and bromine, these two must be above the plane. So bromine and this is phenyl. Over the next carbon, over this carbon, hydrogen and phenyl. Right. Now for E2 elimination, the condition is hydrogen and alkyl both must be in anti-periplanar condition. That means both are anti to each other. To make them anti to each other, what I do is, first I will rotate this one to an angle of 60. If I rotate that to an angle of 60, the obtained product will be, now you will get bromine below. I will get bromine below the plane, and this CH3 will go here because I have rotated to an angle of 120 degrees. If it is rotated to an angle of 120 degrees, so bromine comes below, CH3 goes to the place of phenyl, and phenyl comes to the place of bromine. So you will get phenyl here. Now coming to the next one, let me rotate that to an angle of 60 again. So a little bit. So making that hydrogen to be above the plane. So let me make this hydrogen to above the plane. Then CH3 moves a little bit and phenyl moves a little bit. So the obtained product will be, so if I move a little bit, hydrogen is above the plane like this, just a little. Then you will have CH3 group this side and phenyl that side. So this is the system. Now there is anti-periplanar condition is satisfied, right? Because both hydrogen and bromine both are in opposite directions. Now the base will abstract this hydrogen, then this bond will be shifted here and this Br is lost, right? So the obtained product will be, now here the obtained product will be, you will get a double bond here, so here phenyl and here methyl. Now here you will get phenyl and this is methyl. So what you get? You will get transalkene. So transalkene is option C. So this is the correct answer. So what we have done? First we have converted Fisher projection to Sahar's projection. In Sahar's projection, we have just rotated to get a conformer such that periplanar condition should be satisfied. So I have just rotated that atoms in such a way to project or to show periplanar condition for the living groups. Then we have done E2 elimination. After E2 elimination, we got the final product, that is nothing but transalkene. Now, coming to question number 12. The conversion of 2-bromobutane to 2-butane. 2-bromobutane. So bromine. So 2, 3 dibromo. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2, 3 dibromobutane. This is converted into 2-butane. So in presence of zinc. So again ZnBr2. Here also it is anti-elimination. Right, by via similar to E2 mechanism. What happened? First this Br will be lost, then you will get a plus, then zinc donate electrons, so then you will get minus, that bond will be shifted here and Br will be lost from the other direction, right? So In such case, that means if this bromine is above the plane, this bromine must be below the plane. So now you will get alkene. So you will get some alkene here. So from 2,3-dibromobutane you will got 2-butane. So this is nothing but called as beta elimination reaction. 1,2 elimination. If a bromine is lost from this position and another bromine is lost from the next carbon, so 1,2 elimination we call it as. So it is nothing but beta elimination. Beta elimination we also call it as 1,2 elimination. If it is 1,1 elimination, then it is called alpha elimination. 1,1 elimination is called as alpha elimination. Right. Next. Question number 13. One 1,3-dibromopropane is heated with zinc dust. In either, the product obtained is 1,3-dibromopropane. Now, if I call this as alpha, this will be beta, this will be gamma. So this is nothing but gamma elimination. This is an example of gamma elimination, or we also call this as 1,3 elimination. Gamma elimination, or we also call this as 1,3 elimination. So in this, the product obtained will be first Br minus will be obtained. You will get positive charge. Then zinc donate electron cloud. Then you will get a negative charge. This negative charge will be donated here. This is lost. So finally you will get cyclopropane as the product. So this is the correct answer. Right. So dialkyl systems in presence of zinc dust, when you heat it, you will get elimination of ZnBr2. So ZnBr2 is lost, forming cyclopropane as a product. It is nothing but example of gamma elimination. Now coming to question number 14. So it is allowed to react with alcoholic KOH. So bromine is the leaving group. So this is beta carbon. So this is hydrogen over this beta carbon. So this will abstract hydrogen. First base will abstract this hydrogen. Then this bond will be shifted here and this Br is lost. Now this lead to product formation. Here the obtained product is, you got a double bond here, a double bond here, and double bond O. Now this involved in tautomerism. This involved in tautomerism. Tautomerism means there will be delocalization of electron cloud with migration of an atom, right? So here there are hydrogens. These hydrogens will be migrated, so that corresponding migration occur in this way. So this bond will be shifted here, this bond will be shifted here, then this bond will be shifted here, and this hydrogen will migrate from here to here, so to Q tautomeric product. So obtained tautomeric product is, you already have a pi bond here, you will get a double bond here, this is a double bond, and this converts into OH. So phenol is the product obtained in reaction 1. Now coming to reaction 2. Now this is beta, this is beta. Now this alcoholic KOH tries to abstract hydrogen from here, because when it is removed you will get double bond which will be in conjugation. So first you will get a product. So the obtained product will be, this is the product obtained. Now again this will tautomerize. When this tautomerizes, you will get phenol as the product. Next here again there is only one beta hydrogen, so the obtained product will be, you will get a pi bond here, this will again tautomerize, here also it is tautomerized. So this hydrogen will be involving in tautomerization, so this lead to product formation. So the obtained product is again phenol. So in all the three cases we got same product. So that product is phenol. So the correct answer here is A equal to B equal to C and they are identical, that is nothing but phenol. So this is the correct answer. Next, question number 15. Here they are using 3 moles of alcoholic KOH, of course followed by heating. Now if this chlorine is above the plane, hydrogen will be below the plane. Then this chlorine and this hydrogen, they obey anti-periplanar condition. So HCl is lost. So when the first HCl is lost, you will get a double bond here and a chlorine here. Next, remaining systems as it is. The remaining systems remain same. Chlorine, 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 chlorine. Now again, there will be hydrogen here. Here this hydrogen, or if I take hydrogen, this hydrogen is opposite to that of the this chlorine present on this carbon. That means the anti-periplanar condition is satisfied here. So this H plus will go, bond will be shifted here, this Cl will go. So again you will get a double bond here, right? Or you may do in this way. You may abstract hydrogen from here, then this bond will be shifted here and this chlorine is lost, then you will get a product. So here now the obtained product will be double bond, bond chlorine, double bond, bond chlorine. Now both the double bonds are in conjugation. Now again, here there is chlorine, here there is chlorine. Now here if I take, hydrogen will be below the plane. Now again anti-periplanar condition is obeyed. So base will abstract this hydrogen, then this bond will be shifted here, this chlorine is lost. So this lead to product formation. So obtained product will be 1, 3, 5 trichlorobenzene. Now coming to reaction 2. Now if I take these two, there will be hydrogen above the plane. So this hydrogen and this chlorine can be lost. Now this hydrogen and this chlorine can be lost. Then you will get double bond here. This and this will be lost. Forming a double bond here. Now there will be a hydrogen here. That hydrogen and this Cl, these two are in periplanar condition. So one above the plane, one below the plane. So this hydrogen and this chlorine will be lost, making a double bond here. Similarly, there is hydrogen here and this chlorine. This hydrogen and this chlorine is lost, making a double bond here. So anyhow, here also we got first a double bond here and a chlorine here. Next case, a double bond here and a chlorine here. Next case, a double bond here, chlorine here. So again you got similar product. So A equal to B, both are 1, 3, 5 trichlorobenzene. Now coming to reaction C. Now this hydrogen is below the plane and this chlorine is above the plane. So again E2 elimination. So here one E2 elimination leads to pi bond formation. Now next case, there is hydrogen here which is above the plane, this chlorine below the plane. So here again one E2 forming a double bond. Now again here there is a hydrogen below the plane and this chlorine above the plane. Again there is one E2 forming a double bond here. So you will get a double bond here and a double bond here and a double bond here. So finally the product will be bond, bond, bond. You got chlorine here and you got a chlorine here and you got a chlorine here. So instead of this hydrogen, because you will get aromaticity. So what I do is, I will remove hydrogen from here and this chlorine, then you will get symmetrical, right? So again you got similar type of product. So in option A, B, C, all the three are same. So correct answer is D. All are same. All are nothing but 135 trichlorobenzene. So therefore this is the correct answer. Next. Next question number 16. Now here. Alcoholic KOH. Now again X is the number of E2 products obtained, right? So let me consider this as the alpha carbon. Now this is beta carbon, there is another beta here, this is also beta, right? So alcoholic KOH can abstract hydrogen either from this one or this one and this one. So there are three possibilities because there are three beta hydrogen systems. So if I try to abstract hydrogen from any one of it, so let me consider the first case. So let me remove hydrogen from this first one. Let me call this as second one, this as the third one. So if I remove hydrogen from the first one, then you will get a double bond here and remaining system as it is. Right, there is a methyl group, Br is lost, and this is the propyl group. Right. So here there will be two isomers possible because this is a trans form, cis form and trans form, two possibilities, because we need to include stereoisomers also. So here two isomers possible, one cis form and one trans form. So here both methyls are on same side, cis form, both methyls are on opposite side, trans form. Now if you go for second option, that means when the second hydrogen is abstracted, hydrogen from the second beta carbon, then what is left? You will get a double bond here, a remaining system as it is. Here there is no geometrical isomers possible, so there is only one form of this isomer, no chiral sister. Now coming to third, when we are removing hydrogen from the third beta system, so this bond is similar. If hydrogen is abstracted from the third position, Br is lost. Now you will get double bond here. Now this is the third type of structure. Now again this ethyl and that ethyl. So here also again cis trans possibilities. So totally number of isomers generated 5. This is the correct answer. So just we will continue in next video. Just wait for 5 minutes. Let me continue. Coming to question number 70. So here again ethanol. Ethanol is a neutral base. If it is a neutral base, it leads to E1 elimination. If it is a strong base, it leads to E2 elimination. Right? So as it is a neutral base, you will have E1 elimination. Now in E1 elimination, first step is formation of carbocation. So first this will be removed, forming carbocation. So the obtained carbocation is this is the carbocation obtained. Now carbocation will undergo rearrangement because you will get more stable carbocation. This is secondary carbocation. Now when there is methyl shift, if this CH3 minus is shifted from here to here, right? So due to methyl shift, then you will get tertiary carbocation. So the obtained carbocation will be CH3. You will get positive charge now here. This is the CH3, and over this CH you got CH3 here, CH3 here, right? So you will get tertiary carbocation which is more stable. So this is tertiary carbocation. Now this base will abstract hydrogen from here. This hydrogen will be abstracted. When that is removed, that bond will be shifted here, right? When base abstracts this hydrogen, that bond will be shifted here. So the obtained product will be CH3, C, CH3, double bond, CH3, CH3. So the correct answer is B. This is the correct answer. Now coming to question number 18. Which of the following compounds will be least susceptible to elimination of hydrogen bromide? So we need to remove HBr. To remove HBr, in which case it will be difficult. Now say this. Here there is withdrawing group and a good leaving group. Therefore hydrogen here is acidic hydrogen, right? When acidic hydrogen is there, this H plus can be removed easily. Then this bond can be shifted and Br. So E2 elimination occurs readily. Here there is also withdrawing group. Here also there is withdrawing group, but there is no such withdrawing group here. So E2 elimination will be difficult in option B, because in all other cases there are withdrawing groups. Because of withdrawing groups, these hydrogens becomes acidic. When these hydrogens are acidic, base will abstract this hydrogen easily, then the bond will be shifted and this Br will be lost. After abstracting this hydrogen, bond will be shifted here and Br is lost, right? So the correct answer is option B. Now coming to next question. Question number 19. Two alkenes X and Y are formed when the following compound is heated. When this is heated means this is nothing but EI elimination. Pyrolysis elimination means EI, intramolecular elimination. Now what happens? First this OH minus will abstract hydrogen, and this is not EI. This is one of the step of one step of Hofmann exhaustive methylation. So the last step in Hofmann exhaustive methylation. So this OH minus will abstract beta hydrogen. So this is beta carbon, this is beta carbon, this is beta carbon. Already we discussed it. When there is bulky leaving group, then base always abstract hydrogen from least substituted carbon, right? So forming Hofmann product. So this is what the condition for Hofmann elimination. When the leaving group is bulky, Hofmann product is measured. So X must be Hofmann product. So X must be Hofmann product. That means this one. Then Y must be Sedgwick product. So Sedgwick product will be minor. So this is the Sedgwick product. Either double bond here or here. So this is Sedgwick product. This is Hofmann. So major product will be Hofmann because the leaving group is bulky. So the correct answer is option C. Next. Question number 20. In the dehydrohalogenation of 2-bromobutane, which conformation leads to formation of cis-2-butene? So among them, where cis-2-butene is obtained. Now here the anti-periplanar condition is satisfied in option A. So if a base removes this hydrogen, this bond will be shifted between the front carbon and the rear carbon. This dot is front carbon and this circle is rear carbon. So this bond will be shifted between front carbon, rear carbon, and this Br is lost, right? Then the obtained product is, these two are on same side, these two are on same side. So you will get cis. Here such anti-periplanar condition is not satisfied. So Br and there is no hydrogen here. So in this conformer there is no E2 elimination. Now here there is possible, because base can abstract this hydrogen, then this bond will be shifted between the front carbon and rear carbon and Br is lost. after getting that, you will get a double bond, and this CH3 and this CH3 both are in opposite direction. When they are in opposite direction, that means you got trans. So here you will get a trans product. Here also there is no anti-condition because this is the leaving group. There is no hydrogen satisfying anti-condition. So correct answer here is A, because we need cis-2-butene. So this is the correct answer for question number 20. Next, question number 21. So what we are doing, first we are allowing this to react with acetyl chloride in presence of pyridine. So first what happened, H from here and Cl from here is lost. So the product obtained will be OCOCH3. Same way at the bottom also, OCOCH3. Right. Now, EA elimination. EA elimination means, let me write this in this way. So this is O, C double bond O, CH3. Now this is alpha, this is beta carbon. Now on this beta carbon there is hydrogen. So two hydrogens. Let me take one hydrogen. Now what happened? EA elimination means this bond will be shifting here, this bond will be shifted here, and this bond will be shifted here. Now that lead to product formation. So the obtained product will be here. There will be a double bond formation plus CH3 COOH is lost. Same thing will be repeated at the bottom also. So if I consider here O C double bond O CH3, the same thing will be happened here. Instead of this beta carbon, this is preferred because both the double bonds will be in conjugation. So you will get a double bond here and also a double bond here. Right? So the correct answer is diene, cyclohexadiene. So let me check the answer. So the correct answer is answer B. This is the correct answer. Now coming to question number 22. Again you are doing Hofmann exhaust methylation. So in Hofmann exhaust methylation, what happened? First this nitrogen donate lone pair of electrons to methyl iodide. So the obtained product will be, let me draw the structure. Then CH2. Then here it is nitrogen. Nitrogen has lone pair. Again CH2. Then CH2 and methyl. Now this nitrogen donated lone pair to methyl system. So you will get methyl iodide. So positive charge and I minus. Now this is allowed to react with Ag2O. Then you will get OH minus. AgI precipitated and you got OH minus. Then on heating this OH minus will abstract beta hydrogen. So this is alpha carbon, this is alpha carbon, alpha, this is beta carbon, this is alpha, this is beta carbon. So we have two beta positions. In Hofmann exhaust methylation, what happened? Base will abstract hydrogen, beta hydrogen from least substituted. So it tries to abstract hydrogen. From this. This is the least substituted. If this is removed, then what happens? This bond will be shifted here and this bond got shifted here. So the obtained product will be, you will get carbon double bond. This is the product obtained. Next, another possibility. After getting that, the other product obtained is CH, CH2, N, CH3 and lone pair. Now again Hofmann exhaust methylation occur. So you get methyl again, positive charge and OH minus. Now this is the only beta hydrogen. This is only the beta hydrogen. This is alpha and this is the only beta hydrogen. Now base will abstract hydrogen from here. Then this bond will be shifted here, this bond will be shifted here. Now the product obtained is this one, and you got a double bond here, and N methyl, 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 right? So these are the two alkenes generated. So what product is obtained? So we are getting two types of products, because on both sides there are two different types of substituents. So this is alpha, this is beta. From here, if it is removed, you got a double bond here, so you will get this. So this is alpha and this is beta. If it is abstracted from here, you will get a double bond here. So you got two different types of products, that is option C and option A. But anyhow, they have not mentioned anything, so definitely this will be the major product. Here, because of crowding, this will not happen easily, so that is minor. So which is major product means they have not mentioned anything, so we need to consider about major product. Then the correct answer seems to be A, because that is the major product obtained. Next, question number 23. Now, first oxygen donate lone pair of electrons to H+. Then the product obtained will be CH2 O H2 plus, because oxygen donated one lone pair. Now H2O will be lost. When H2O is lost, you will get carbocation, that is a primary carbocation. Then there is a migration of this bond, or let me migrate this bond. So when I migrate this bond, that means it leads to a ring expansion. During a ring expansion, what happen? You will get, now it becomes 6-membered ring. There will be a 6-membered ring. These two bonds remain as it is. When this got shifted here, one carbon gets positive charge. When this got shifted here, one carbon gets positive charge, right? Now there will be abstract of hydrogen from this position, so that a neutral base will remove hydrogen from here. Then this bond shifted here, so that leads to formation of benzene. So the correct answer for 23 is benzene. This is the correct answer. So this happened via E1 mechanism. Now coming to next, question number 24. Again, you are taking H+. So first this will be donating lone pair of electrons. So this is CH3, this is above the plane, hydrogen is below the plane. So when H2O is lost, you will get secondary carbocation. Now neutral base, that neutral base can abstract hydrogen from this position as well as from this position. The neutral base can abstract hydrogen either from this position, or it may abstract hydrogen from this position, because both are beta. So this is beta hydrogen as well as this one also beta hydrogen. So if it follows path A, let me call this as path B. If it follows path A, the product obtained will be, this remains as methyl system, that remains as it is. This is hydrogen, this is methyl system, and you will get a double bond here if it is following path A. If it follows path B, this is the methyl system, and this is hydrogen, and you will get a double bond here. So these are the two possible products. Now both are mirror images to each other. How can I confirm both are mirror images to each other? Means if I see chiral center, this carbon is chiral, right? Now if I check priority order, this is priority order 1, this is 2, this is 3. So then what is it? 1, 2, 3. Least priority group is away from the viewer. So this is clockwise. Clockwise means R configuration. Now in this case, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. Least priority order here also away from the viewer. So 1, 2, 3. This is in anti-clockwise direction. That means yes. So one is R configuration, one is S configuration. That means both are mirror images to each other. So you got a mixture of enantiomeric pairs, both have equal probability, so you got a racemic mixture. So the correct answer here is A, racemic mixture. Next, question number 25. Now you are taking strong base. Strong base means ETO minus. So definitely E2 elimination. E2 elimination for condition for E2 elimination is anti-periplanar condition. Now there is a hydrogen here which is above the plane, because this group is below the plane means hydrogen will be above the plane. Now there is again hydrogen here which is also above the plane. So there are two possibilities. So one possibility is you may get double bond here. One possibility is you may get a double bond here. Another possibility is you may get a double bond here. No. Which is major product. Here this is more substituted alkene. So because of more substituted, so this will be major product, because there are only here one hydrogen, this is one hydrogen, only two hydrogens in hyperconjugation. Here 2, 1, 2, 5 hydrogens in hyperconjugation. So structure 1 is more stable. So this is major product. So the major product obtained will be option B. So this is the correct answer. Next, question number 26. I think we have seen this example yesterday. Now coming to question number 26. Now here the hydrogen is above the plane and given base is strong base. Strong base means definitely E2 elimination. In E2, necessary condition is anti-periplanar condition. That means both leaving groups must be opposite to each other. So here hydrogen and chlorine both are on the same side. So this hydrogen will not involve in E2 elimination. So definitely the hydrogen present here involves in E2 elimination. So the obtained product will be, you will get a, this will abstract here and this bond will be shifted here. This. So you will get a double bond at this position. So the correct answer is option A. Next, question number 27. The E2 product of the following reaction is. Now here again, this hydrogen and bromine both are obeying anti-condition. That means a diaxial condition. So this hydrogen is above the plane, this bromine is below the ring, both are in opposite direction. That means the anti is possible. So Na plus OH minus. So easily this OH minus abstract this hydrogen, this bond will be shifted here, this Br goes out, so you will get a double bond here. So the correct answer is answer D. Right. Next, question number 28. An alkyl halide on treatment with alcoholic KOH gives 2-pentene only. That means you got only one product. You got only one product. So the halide is, now if you take option A, alcoholic KOH, that means you will get a double bond here. This is lost and you will get double bond here. That means this is 1-pentene. So this is not the correct answer. Now when this is lost, you may get double bond here or here after losing this. So here one possibility, here one possibility. So you will get two possible products. So you are getting two products. Of course, Sedgwick product is major, Hoffman product is minor. Now if you go for this, you may get double bond here or here. Whether you get double bond here or here, you will get same product. Say this, CH3, CH double bond, CH, CH2, CH3. What is the name of it? 2-butene. If I form double bond here, that is also 2-butene. So correct answer is C. Now if it is D, there is different possibilities. One possibility is you may get double bond here or here. So Sedgwick product, Hoffman product, two products are possible. So correct answer is only C. Now coming to question number 29. Question number 29 is again Hoffman exhaust to methylation reaction. So first step is we are providing a neutral base. When you provide a neutral base and we have not heated, so without heating, when you are providing a neutral basic system, means it prefer SN1 mechanism. So the product will be here, the product will be so nitrogen to nitrate lone pair here, this nitrogen to nitrate lone pair here, and this Br is lost. Same condition happen the other way. So this lead to product formation, that is N bond H, CH3, CH3, and there is a positive charge. Of course, this H plus is lost. After losing that H plus, you will get lone pair of electrons over this nitrogen. Similar thing happen on the other direction, because you are taking two equivalents. We are taking two equivalents of system. So the same thing happens in the other direction. So nitrogen, you will get a lone pair, methyl, methyl. Now you are using excess of methyl iodide. When you are providing excess of methyl iodide, again it prefers Hoffman exhaust to methylation. When Hoffman exhaust to methylation occur, so you will get CH3 and you will get a positive charge. Same thing happens here, positive charge. Now hydrogen will be abstracted from this position, then this bond will be shifted here, and this is removed, so leading to a double bond formation. Here there is a double bond formation. The same thing is possible here also. Base will abstract this hydrogen, then this bond will be shifted here and this bond will be shifted here, so that lead to bond formation here. So overall the compound will be obtained product will be benzene. So this is the correct answer. Next question. Question number 30. For each of the following pairs of E2 elimination reactions, select the one that occurs with greater rate constant, where rate of reaction will be high. So if you go for set 1, base is bulky. When there is bulky base, it prefers Hoffman product, right? Now here it is poor leaving group, it is strong leaving group. When there is a good leaving group, alkene formation occur readily here. So in here 2. Next, here in both cases leaving group is same, bromine, but now we need to compare basic nature of the bases provided. So among CH3O minus and CH3S minus, which is a strong base, means CH3O minus, because CH3SH is strong acid. Strong acids conjugate base is weak. Among H2O and H2S, which is strong acid, among H2O, H2S. H2S is stronger acid than H2O. Similarly, CH3SH is stronger acid than CH3OH. If this is strong acid, its conjugate base is weak. So this is weak base. This is strong base. Therefore, here elimination occurs more readily. Now coming to next case. Now this OH minus will abstract this hydrogen easily, because when this is abstracted, you will get more stable carbanion, right? So or we will get a double bond which is in conjugation with benzene ring. So preferably this occurs readily. So answer must be 2, 3, 5. So the correct answer here is 2, 3, 5. So this is the correct answer. So answer C. So let me start today's discussion here. We will stop today. We will continue tomorrow, and we will complete remaining questions of this elimination reactions, and then we will go to the next topic, right?